major areas that hold a person back or stop them from making money and attaining wealth. The first area is your mother's ancestors. The second area is your father's ancestors. And the third area is your history, your personal history, all of your memories, and not just this lifetime, but previous.
This is the Kevin Trudeau Show.
I am exposing the corruption in government and in major multinational corporations. We're telling you the things that they don't want you to know that will make your life better.
Hi, I'm Kevin. Tell us your name
Hello?
and where you're from. You're live on the air.
I'm Jessica from Canada, and I'm very grateful to be here. Kevin, you have changed my life immensely.
Good to hear
my
that.
My question is...
I hope I changed it for the better.
Oh, you have, yes. I went from a stay-at-home mom to a business owner of a brick and mortar here in Canada in 2 years of being within Gin, and it's been an absolute magnificent ride.
Oh, fantastic. Where in Canada are you from?
Near Vancouver.
Oh, okay. You guys have local chapter meetings there?
Yes, we do. I am the host of one of them.
Oh, fantastic. Good. You know, we're building clubhouses. I don't know. Did I say something out of turn? I know Danielle said this at the Level 5 conference. I'm not sure if it was a secret, but we're actually looking for a location.
No.
And I know Vancouver and Toronto are on the list. I think there's a few other cities that are potentially on the list for our first physical brick and mortar clubhouse that we're going to build. We're going to build them all over the world so that members can get together. And so, but I shouldn't be saying this. This is like supposed to be a secret. All right, so don't tell anybody. This is.
I won't tell anyone.
Okay.
It's on my vision board, and we're focused on it every month, every week, on a group basis.
Oh, good.
Masterminding it.
Good. And do you have a question?
So I do. My question, I've been wondering this for months, actually. My family on my mother's side, there was a family that came from Denmark that was from royalty. And as time has gone through the generations, there has come to a point of my mom being in a place of poverty. So it went from owning lots of businesses, having a lot of money, to poverty. And I'm wondering if you can see anything in my line that I could personally work on to clear that out.
Yeah, it's a good question. So let me explain this, and I'm going to explain this for everyone. I don't think there's any book on success that talks about this. So I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest version. But this is what we do in the money processes. There are three major areas that hold a person back or stop them from making money and attaining wealth. The first area is your mother's ancestors. The second area is your father's ancestors. And the third area is your history, your personal history, all of your memories, and not just this lifetime, but previous. Researchers and scientists have proven now, it's been in the news the last few weeks, last few months, they have proven that decisions that your ancestors make or traumas that they experience, it's in your DNA and it's affecting your life, personality-wise, vibrational frequency-wise. I was with somebody in Beverly Hills. His father's very wealthy, mother comes from a wealthy family. His grandmother was super wealthy. He said he learned to drive on her Rolls Royce. They come from money. This guy doesn't have to do anything, and money just falls into his lap. He vibrates money. And it's not because of mom and dad's or the family inheritance. And it's not because they didn't give him any money until he had made $10 or $20 million before he even got an inheritance. They didn't give him any big advantages. He went to the real estate business. They didn't give him money to start with. He just started, and he didn't work that hard. lounging, but it's just almost like magic. Money just poured into his life because it was in his DNA. But he also made a decision that he was going to go after and create his own money. So he did the necessary work and steps. Most people watching, you didn't come from a wealthy family, so we have in our DNA postulates, decisions, contracts, agreements that repel money from us. It's in our DNA. If there is somebody in your lineage that lost money, that had a bankruptcy, that changes everything. So let's take royalty, or let's take somebody who's wealthy. Oh, my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was super wealthy. How come I'm poor now? Well, look down the line. And if you look down the line at a certain point, somebody in that ancestry made a decision about money. And some of these decisions are, money is unsafe. If I have it, people are going to steal it from me. And it's almost a decision to say, I don't want money because if I have it, I feel unsafe. Versus money is safe. Money gives me safety. So there's a different vibration. One of the other ones is money is bad because I'm not going to go to heaven if I'm rich. They misquote the Bible. They say things like, it's easier for a camel to walk through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. Only poor people go to heaven. Rich people are of the devil, etc., etc. Money is the root of all evil. That's a misquote. It's the love of money is the root of all evil, which is completely different than money. So we have in our field these counter intentions. They have to get cleared out. How do they get cleared out? And then we have the same ones in our memory, this lifetime and previous. That's what the money process does. It clears those out so you no longer feel like you're swimming upstream, like you have this extra luggage on you, or you have this glass ceiling preventing you from making money. Or you start making money and then all of a sudden it goes the opposite way. Or you get right close to the finish line and then the whole thing falls apart. And you're thinking, I'm just unlucky. I must be born under a black cloud. Well, yeah, you were born with this counterintention in your DNA. So we have to clear it out. Wealthy people either have very small amounts of that counterintention, or if they came from poverty, like Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, et cetera, they overcome it. They overcome it by, in the last episode, I ran that funny clip from Network, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. What do you get mad as hell at? You get mad as hell as two things. And I talked about this in the video, 10 steps to manifesting your dreams. The seminar I did is available to GIN members, Global Information Network members. But it's also free, the Peter Sage interview I did where I talked about it as well. I gave a brief overview of those steps. And that's right here on this show. Just scroll back and you can find it. So it's free. But the first thing is you have to have pain. You have to have some type of anger. You have to be mad as hell and not going to take it anymore. You got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. What are you sick and tired of? Two things. Either A, your current financial situation. The problem is you're sitting there in your car going, I'm not sick and tired of my car. There's really nothing wrong with my car. I'm not disgusted with my car. What about my house? I have a nice house. I'm not disgusted with that. I have nice clothes. So it's almost difficult to take your comfortable life, your relatively comfortable life, especially if you got no credit card debt, you got your mortgage, car payment, and you have a little bit of money in the bank, and every month you save a little bit. You have a comfortable life. It's like hard to get, I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this life anymore. I want more. It's hard. So how does a wealthy person who lives in this big, huge mansion, like this guy I was telling you about, how does he get that drive? Or how does anyone get that drive if you're comfortable? You look at people who have a lot more than you do, and you get mad as hell. Get jealous. Get a little jealous and go, you know something? That guy's driving the Rolls Royce. That guy's got the Ferrari. That guy's got the 10,000 square foot, $20 million home. And he is 38 years old. And he did it on his own. Look at look at your body and look at that person and going, look at that body. My body, I'm fine. I'm not mad as hell about my body. I'm not disgusted with my body. I'm happy with this. But look at that one. Get jealous a little bit. So if you can't look at your current situation to generate that anger, then look at others. So in direct answer to your question, everyone, in your particular case, in your line that came from royalty, there was a change. So once that change happened, and then it intensified all the way down to you. So you have counter-intention in your field. If you do the manifesting techniques for money 100% perfectly, you'll make money. But it will be harder than it has to be. So you go through the money processes, you blow all that out. Then when you apply the technique, it works faster. And that's what happened to me. I told the story 100 times. When I got the first money processes run on me by my uncle in the Brotherhood, I was doing a direct mail piece back in the 70s. Yes, I was very young. And it didn't work. I lost a couple $1,000s, and this is back in like the 70s. I'm like, oh my God, I just lost all this money. Why didn't this work? I couldn't figure it out. So I went with my uncle and I said, hey, need some advice. I went through all the stuff. And he goes, I'm not going to look at all that stuff. He goes, why do you think it didn't work? And I said, I feel like, he goes, just look. Well, I could see energy. I was like, oh yeah. So I look and I go, there's like something holding it back. It's like something's pushing it down. He says, yeah. What do you think? Can you get rid of that? I go, I don't know how. He says, yeah, I'm going to run what's called the money process on you. And I'll remove that. And then if it's removed, look into the future, see what would happen. I said, it's a counterintention. It's gone. I make money instantly. You want to do it? I go, yeah. He goes, it cost you money. All my training from the Brotherhood cost me money. So I had to go out there and physically work for a while to get the cash to pay him for that. So I paid him, got one process run. I didn't know there was 30. I got one. Then I went back and I looked at my advertising campaign. I said, there's nothing wrong with it. Let me run it again. So I ran it again. And then, like magic, every day I went to the mailbox. It was a direct mail campaign. I ran ads in the National Enquirer. And every day I went to the mailbox, I opened up envelopes, and there's $20, $30, $15 orders. Most of it was in cash. Every day I had stacks of cash, thousands. This is back in the 70s. Thousands of dollars in cash every day was just pouring in. The money that I spent for the money processes came back to me 100-fold in the first week. And I paid a lot of money. I mean, thousands. It was unbelievable. And that's how I started. I didn't even know there was a second money process for several years. It was just so much. So that could happen to you as well. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve